They maintained their challenge last night at home to Grimsby. Here's Gabriel Clark.
In the course of his career, Julian Dix has been called many things, not too many of them complimentary this season. Well, last night he was the difference between the two sides, according to Billy Bonds. His header set the tone for an opening spell in which Dix threatened to blow Grimsby away, all on his own. In little more than 10 minutes, he'd got number 2. Again, a Kevin Keane corner was the supply line, and Dix, at the second attempt, got another. In that sort of mood, when it comes to influencing a game from left-back, only Stuart Pearce can really compare. Although it was the darker side of Dick's nature that surfaced again just before half-time, when he clearly handled Tony Rees's cross, and for a split second after 3 red cards already this season, he might have been looking anxiously at the referee. Grimsby had a chance to drag themselves back into the game, but Dave Gilbert didn't take it. Which meant the only goal they did score on the hour ended up counting for nothing, which was a bit tough considering the build-up play that preceded it, and then the excellent work by their number 9 Paul Groves, whose technique was matched by his finish. But West Ham managed to keep them out after that, and fittingly it was Dix who went closest to another goal. He didn't get his hat-trick, but he left a very big impression on the Grimsby goal. Portsmouth's form at Fratton Park looks like keeping them in touch right up to the bitter end. Just after half-time, Mark Chamberlain made the most of Alan McLaughlin's clever back heel and scored the only goal. Portsmouth are still...
Yeah, a point to pick out there, Jim, I suppose, is that Newcastle are 14 points ahead of Portsmouth in third.
Yeah, well, that is the whole point. And West Ham are quite well ahead now. So there's going to be a battle royal for the playoff places, and I wouldn't rule out any of them that are actually on that table at the moment. It's very much up and down. Derby could still get there after an atrocious start. They're doing well now. But Newcastle do look as though if they don't do anything really stupid, they'll be there. And the old Happy Hammers are going strong.
Swindon, they're in 4th. They're the opposition for Newcastle on Saturday. That should be a tasty little match.
Yes, that'll be a very good game indeed. That'll be a cracker, that. Yeah.
And West Ham, most people's bets for automatic promotion alongside Newcastle. We can have a look now at Julian Dix. We know about his work off the field. But on the field, he nearly got a hat-trick.
Well, I think he's a good player, this fella. I have to say this. I gave him the Man of the Match award earlier on in the season when they played Wolverhampton Wanderers, and with a minute to go he got sent off, and I had to take the Man of the Match award back and give it to somebody else. But it still didn't deter from the fact that he was the best player on the field, and I think he's a great player. He's a tremendous asset to them.
So if we take Newcastle and West Ham to go up automatically, who would you say would join them?
Any one of those 10 that we showed before, Matt Oldstone. I'm not going to... I honestly don't... You know me, I'm the worst tipster in the business. It could be any of them, because any side at this moment now that gets 3 or 4 runs together and this applies to the bottom as well. 3 or 4 wins and it puts you way up there, you know. 3 or 4 losses and you're fighting for relegation.
Let's return briefly to the Coca-Cola Cup and the other semi-final.